Hello, welcome back to the single cab short bed build series. It's been a little while for me, but the truck is still progressing. A couple of things have changed that I did not get on video. I did add a cold air intake to the factory engine, maybe made a couple horse, nothing crazy. But I really been trying to put miles on the transmission and the rear end that we built, and so far it is performing phenomenally. No issues whatsoever. The truck is driving and running very, very well. But that's not the purpose of this video. So I was out hanging out with some buddies, romping on the truck, and the radiator decided to crack. Now I tried to repair it with a little JB weld. Usually that stuff doesn't work, but gave it a shot anyways, and lo and behold, it did not work. It did crack out further. As you can see, it cracked right through the JB weld. So started leaking coolant. I noticed it and parked the truck, so it's been parked for a little while. But today we are beginning by removing the radiator and upgrading from the factory plastic housing radiators to a cold case 2-row aluminum radiator. So this will dramatically dissipate heat a lot better. Being that it's 2 rows, it's going to cool the truck a lot better. Now I did order the version of this radiator that has the transmission cooler line fittings, but not the engine oil cooler line fittings. So I did this because the plan is in the future to turbo the truck, and right there where the oil cooler lines plumb from the engine, that's where my turbo feed is going to be. So we decided to order up just the transmission cooler line version of it, which is currently on the truck, being that the tow package did not come with the oil cooler lines. So this is the transmission cooler lines on the passenger side. There's one down there as well. But then on the driver's side, I did show you earlier where it cracked, there is no lines. So these radiators, yeah, they're super prone to cracking at the plastic. So it is a very, very good upgrade to do if you guys are planning on doing it. And luckily with my truck, it did come factory with the electric fans, so I do not need to upgrade that. It is not necessary to upgrade to electric fans, but being that the clutch fan does take a lot of draw out of the motor, the electric fans are way more efficient, and thankfully this truck came with those. So I'm going to proceed and get things taken off of the front of the motor, get this radiator prepped and ready to pull, and yeah, we'll continue the video here soon. All right, made a little progress on the Chevy. As you can see, I did remove the front grille. The removal process for this is super simple. On the back side of the grille, there's little retainers that go into these receivers here. One down below and then one on the side here. And that's also mirrored on the other side. But what you do is you just grab the grille, give it a nice tug at each one of the retainers, and it comes right off. Just super simple. The engineers really knew what they were doing. As the saying goes, they don't make them like they used to. Nowadays, it's just a pain in the butt to remove the front fascia. But moving forward, I did remove the front fan shroud, and the removal process for that, super simple. 13 millimeters, just 2 up top here, and then there's little receivers and there's feet on the shroud that just slide right down. So you just undo those uppers, tilt it back, slide it up, and it's out. So I'll show you on the actual fan shroud the 2 bolts that go here, and then the little feet that slide into the actual radiator. And there is a transmission cooler line that you will have to pull out and just lap over it, but then they're out. And make sure to undo the connectors. So, and then this is where it'll slide in on the new radiator, right there at those little receivers. So far it's coming along. Not much more to do. I have to undo the lower radiator hose still, undo the transmission cooler lines, a couple of hoses, and then undo these on the upper part of the radiator. And it should just tilt backwards and slide straight out of here without having to remove that upper core support. So I'm gonna proceed with getting the hoses disconnected, and I'll make my video from there. All right, and just like that, got the radiator removed the transmission cooler lines from the system, as well as drain the coolant out from the lower radiator hose. So we are good to go. I did remove the fittings from the radiator there because we will be swapping those to the new radiator. and I did want to show you the failure point of the radiator here. So it cracked from here all the way up to that upper radiator hose fitting. So with these plastic radiators, they expand and contract, and over time they just get brittle, and that's exactly what happened with mine. It expanded and cracked right here when I was romping on it. So if this ever happens to you, I would recommend just getting an aluminum radiator and not worry about it. If you're planning on keeping the truck for a while, highly recommend. It is a very good upgrade. So I cleaned up the lower tray here, made sure there was no coolant, and so we are good to go to install those fittings on the new radiator and get everything prepped for installation. So in the previous video, I figured that the old cooler line fittings would fit with the new radiator, but it does not. So they are a totally different thread pitch as well as different diameter hole, so it goes directly inside of it. So actually hidden in the box came with brand new fittings, which look a lot better than those ugly old ones, and they directly fit right into the radiator. Perfect for our application. Brand new O-ring inside as well as the retaining clip. So if you're curious, the old fittings do not work, and the new cold case radiators should come with replacement fittings for your application. All right, the radiator is in. This thing fits perfect. So far, no complaints whatsoever. I would highly recommend this brand so far. So it goes right into the bushings. I would recommend replacing the lower bushings. At this moment, we were unable to. Just a little bit of peace of mind, as well as it's a lot less work to do. The little bushings had like a little sleeve inside of them that takes up the room for the pedestals to sit on, and I had to remove them from the old radiator. There's a little lock that you press in, and there was a sleeve right here. You pull that off, and we had to swap it to the new radiator, which the new aluminum radiator obviously doesn't have plastic that can lock that sleeve on. So we had to pre-install them into the bushings and then guide the radiator onto those. So yeah, I'm gonna proceed with getting all the lines hooked up here, get the fan shroud in, and then the upper radiator hose will be last to do. All right, just a quick in-between video. Did get the cooler lines connected as well as the overflow lines. I did have to replace my lower radiator hose. It was pretty swollen. We were trying to get the clamp onto the radiator and it was not going on. So decided to go out and just do a little preventative maintenance, swap out that lower radiator hose. So now it's peace of mind, brand new hose on. And yeah, so we're about to throw in the fan shroud and yeah, put on that upper radiator hose. All right, the truck's all back together. Everything is operating as it should. It's building pressure very nice. No leaks going on, so that's a very good sign. The fans are not kicking on at the moment, which is a really good sign. It is at operating temperature, so it is cooling itself without the fans. So it's sitting right at around 205, thereabouts. While driving, it sits right about 170. So that's exactly what I want to see. It is performing a lot better than that factory radiator while in operation. So I would call it a success. Very, very pleased with how this radiator is performing. So I will be adding the cold case sticker right to the hood. And as I accumulate parts and build the truck up, I will be adding the part stickers as they come in to the hood. So yeah, this is it for the video. I did want to showcase the truck a little bit. I did swap some different wheels on it, and I did do a side pipe. So it's nice and rowdy, exactly what a race truck should sound like. So thank you so much for watching the video. Stay tuned for more to come with the truck, and have a great evening.